Hello, Watam here, and welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cry. This might be the last episode of this chapter. Let's see what happens now. I could clearly hear Renna sobbing from the other side of the paper door.
どうしてみーちゃんは鬼なんか継がされちゃったんだろうね。それは仕方のないことだったんだろうね。でもあんまりにもかわいそうだよね。
Something hot burned down my cheeks. They were my tears. I fiercely wiped them away. This was the last of my time I could offer to Mion, so I absolutely didn't want to let her see my tears during it. Mion was already waiting outside the front door. Surely there's got to be more of it, right? I put on my shoes, tapped my toes against the floor a few times, then left, and Mion timidly came over. Why is she turning all red at a time like this?
腕組んでもいいかな。
That's why. It was such a modest request.
別に構わないぞ。
With my permission, her face lit up with glee, like a child being given a toy, and took my arm.
私に腕を組まれたらなんだか緊張しちゃわない？例えば急に関節技を決められちゃうんじゃないかななんて思ったりとか。
Both directions to go, that wasn't what I was expecting.
姉妹揃って同じことを言うんだな。思わないよ。全然。
Back when nothing had gone wrong yet, during those nostalgic days of bustling commotion at Angel Mall, I counted back and was amazed. It had only been 1 week ago. Wow. True. Huh. I had been arm in arm with Shion then too. Making arms with Mion like this really reminded me that they were twins. How much strength they put into it, the sensation of their arms, their warmth, the blood flowing. I could feel that their living sensations were all exactly the same.
シオンもケイちゃんのことが好きだったみたい。
そうなんだ。
If this were a regular conversation, I might have jumped back, red in the face. Right now, though, no matter what I heard, my mind remained at peace.
ミオンとシオンは仲は良かったんだろ？
さあどうかな。ケイちゃんは自分の右手と左手は仲がいいと思う？
Oh, perfectly.
え？右手と左手？それは仲がいいとか悪いとか、そういう言い方で例えるものじゃないな。
そういう関係だから。仲がいいとか悪いとか、そういう尺度では測れない関係。
That didn't sound like it meant that they got along really well.
例えば利き腕というものがあるように、右手と左手には間違いなく優劣の違いがある。
Is she saying that she's the better sister? Because there will always be a better hand?
もしも鍋つかみが片方しかなかったら、迷うことなく利き腕にするでしょ？
No, I put it on my less dominant hand and then put my dominant hand in my pocket.
そういう差はあったんじゃないかと思う。
Oh, one oven mitt. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, fine. I would. I was thinking like mittens.
だからといって左手がなくなったっていいなんて思う人は誰もいないはず。
Yep.
そんなよくわからない関係だね。
What an interesting way to describe family.
多分それは近くにいすぎるから見えなくなっているだけで、きっととても仲のいいことなんだと思う。俺は一人っ子だから、祭りの前日ミオンとシオンが二人してじゃれ合っているのをすごく羨ましいと思った。
ないものねだりじゃないの？双子なんて昔は人をからかったりしてそこそこに面白かったけど、こうして互いがはっきりと異なる個性を持った今ではかえって邪魔なだけ。
Were they cursed, or were they self-conscious? The relationship was hard to understand for an outsider. Maybe that wasn't an issue someone like me should intrude on. Just staying silent and nodding gently was the best way to advance the conversation. Mion passed through the wide yard and invited me into the big desolate forest we'd seen on the way in. Such a big forest was part of their property, so I couldn't help but feel small.
でかい森だな。子供の頃はいい遊び場だったんじゃないのか？
Mion seemed to be silently reminiscing. I couldn't look into her mind, but she was probably thinking back to those fun days when they played as sisters without any antagonism. Every time the wind blew, it caressed the treetops and the leaves, making a swishing, murmuring sound. Mion remained silent for a long time, thinking back on her younger sister, who she'd gotten rid of with her own hands. There was no need for me to get a word in. Just walking like this, arm in arm, was enough. Mion suddenly stopped and turned.
シオンはまだ生きてる。
え？
本当か？
Mion took a hard look into my eyes, then nodded quietly.
誰よりもむごたらしい死に方をさせてやろうとずっと考えて閉じ込めておいたけど、今日までその方法はとうとう思いつかなかった。
Mion sounded as though she hated Xion, but also deep down, she didn't completely detest her. So I took my other hand and rustled Mion's hair with it. Mion didn't only save me, she'd saved Xion too. Mion may have become a demon and led many people to their deaths, but she fought against it and was able to save 2 people. As I petted Mion, she narrowed her eyes in an entranced smile and untangled her arm from mine. Then Mion quietly said,
来て、私の罪のすべてを見てほしいから。でもそれはケイちゃんにとってこの上なく辛い光景かもしれない。
I could sense it. There I would probably find all the sacrifices up until now. Looking at them would mean accepting Rika-chan and Satoko's deaths, as well as accepting that my best friend had done it.
すでに起こり、終わってしまった事実だけれども、ケイちゃんは見ないことを選んでもいい。そうならば、ここで待っていて。私の手で全て終わらせるから。
I was taken aback by how ominous that sounded. I remembered what Rena had told me. Mion might not surrender herself to justice, but instead choose to put an end to things herself. I couldn't leave her on her own. Besides, I had agreed to her last request, didn't I? Even if it was hard for me to accept, I'll still do it. Even if I avoided looking, it was something that had already happened.
何を見たって？俺にとっての園崎美音は最高の親友だ。それは変わらない。一生。
Treetops softly swayed in the wind.
あんたもレナもどうしてこんな時ばかりかっこよくなるんだろうね。
Normally I'd say something rude right back at her, evading the question, but today I didn't. I just answered with a smile. At last, Mion started walking. Into the thick forest, into the deepest part. After following a thin path that looked like an animal trail for a while, we finally came across a steep incline with a tunnel that reminded me of a coal mine or a bomb shelter. We were surrounded by shallow hills. It had been created in a spot not visible from the outside. There were many silhouettes of crows in the trees here and there. The abnormal odor I'd been smelling for a while, so it was doubtlessly escaping from inside this place.
引き返すなら今だよ。ケイちゃんの中の園崎ミオンがどんな人かは知らないけれど、中に入ればそのミオンはきっと
変わらない。何度だって言う。園崎美音は俺の最高の親友だ。
I clenched my fists. Inside there was probably a sight beyond anything I could imagine. If I let my guard down, I might end up vomiting. Even so, I'll endure it. I will overcome this pain and this suffering. It will never change. That Mion is my greatest friend.
私はただの鬼だから もう人間の気持ちはわからないけれど、ミオンがあんたを好きになったのよくわかる気がする。
他人事のように言うな。お前はミオンだ。鬼じゃない。血の通った人間で俺の仲間なんだ。
Mion made a gesture like she was wiping tears from her eyes, and then placed her hand on the big door of the tunnel entrance. The lock on it was dauntingly strong looking. It seemed to demand the appropriate resolution from whoever would enter, just like the ritual storehouse. When the double doors opened, a stifling, rotten air and a bunch of winged insects came rushing out. I remember accidentally killing a hermit crab a long time ago by leaving its tank out on the porch, and how intense the odour it left was. That was the smell of a corpse, and that's certainly what it smelled like. Inside it was pitch black, but Mion flicked a switch that turned on a light bulb, illuminating the interior. The path turned into a series of intricate wooden tunnels. We passed spaces that looked like they were for storage, past places that looked like someone had lived there. All this indicated that it had been used as a bomb shelter and stockpile during the war. It didn't give an impression of a dugout bomb shelter that had just been left there, though. There was a sense of dignity, as though this were a second Sonozaki house constructed underground. Despite being in pitch blackness below the ground, the voices of the cicadas were entering through an air hole somewhere, giving it a very mysterious feel.
西宮殿の中見たよね。あの拷問道具の山を。あれはすべて鬼ヶ淵村の厳しい戒律を守るために作られたものだった。戒律を破った者を見せしめにむごたらしく殺してみせる。
大昔の話だろ。
本来は見せしめの儀式。渡流しは御三家が取り仕切る儀式だったんだけど、君吉家と古出家の衰退、そして時代の変化によって行うことはとても難しくなった。
そりゃそうだな。この現代日本で犠牲者をのんびりと沢で殺せるなんて思えない。
だから園崎家は作ったの。現代でも綿流しの儀が行えるように、秘密の場所を。
Mion opened a large, strikingly different door, and inside was none other than one storehouse for ritual implements.
いろいろあるでしょ。一部のものは実際に西宮殿から運び込まれたものなんだよ。
All of the things here there had been rusty and covered in dust, so they didn't seem that real. But the things in here were different. Every one of them had been well maintained, and kept in a state that they could be used right away. Blades gleamed and spikes were sharpened. Also, perhaps as a precaution for the splatter of blood, the walls and ceiling were covered in the kind of tiles you would see in bathrooms. There was even a drain set amidst a slight slope of the floor. There was also a coiled rubber hose along the wall attached to a faucet, perhaps for cleaning up the splattered blood.
大昔の当主の書き物によるとね、血のしぶきってのは犠牲者に負担をかけない割にはインパクトがあるんだってさ。綿流しは見せしめの章だったから、私のご先祖様たちはさまざまな章を考案してたんだよ。
As she said that, Mion pointed deeper into the torture room, to a spot veiled in darkness. There was a surprising room floored with tatami mats, and in a corner was a pile of cushions.
鑑賞席なんだよ。綿流しは見せしめの章だから、客がいなきゃ意味がない。
I couldn't speak, and I couldn't think of anything to say anyway, except that if Mion revealing all this to me made her heart feel any lighter, then I was prepared to listen for as long as I needed to.
みんなここで私が殺した。見てくれている観客はいなかったけど、私は綿流しを上手にやってみせた。いや、観客は一人だけいたかな。
え、観客？
私という鬼がミオンの執り行う綿流しをずっと見てたから。
Mion cackled in self-deprecation. It wasn't a nice-sounding laugh.
向こうが牢屋。
シオンはそこにいるのか？
She nodded slightly. Mion's Watanagashi had entered the day. I needed to tell Shion that I was safe without a moment's delay. After all, she was probably trembling in fear at this very moment, wondering about when she would be killed. The ostentatious door on the other side opened, revealing what must have been an incredibly expansive space, based on the echo it made. Maybe don't be so concerned about Shion because you'll make Mion jealous. Mion gripped around her darkness, and a handful of naked light bulbs came on here and there. As my eyes adjusted, more and more of the great cave showed itself in the faint light. The walls were bare rock surface, and it felt so savage that bomb shelter was the most apt term for it. There were small barred rooms here and there, like holes made by insects biting their way through a giant piece of fruit. It was immediately clear that each one of them was a prison.
みんなはどこにいるんだ？リカちゃんやサトコは。
Those two were dead.
死体？
I grimaced at her having said it so outright.
ああ、そうだ。いつまでも暗い中じゃかわいそうだろ。
虫が湧くと嫌だったから井戸に捨てちゃったよ。ごめん。
So I can't even see their faces in death. Once again, my feelings of regret at having confessed everything to Rika-chan came surging forth. If Mion hadn't attached the word sorry to the end of what she said, I might have punched her. Calm down, Keiichi, my brother. I mean, it mattered not whether you told her or not. She was going to die anyway. You said it yourself. No matter what, Mion's Sonozaki is his greatest friend.
ああ、言ったさ。
I needed to hear myself say it out loud. Then came the clattering of bars in one of the cells deeper in. When I noticed it, I looked up as well.
シオンか。
ケイちゃんなの。
I ran over to the cell. White hands were peeking out through the gaps in the bars. It really was her.
大丈夫か？シオン、怪我はしていないのか？
Shion's face twisted out of shape as she screamed. It was because Mion had appeared right behind me. Of course, Shion didn't know that everything was over yet.
落ち着けシオン、もう全部終わったんだ。全部。
I spoke in as calm a voice as I could manage to try and soothe the agitated Shion. However, it didn't seem like it was going through her screams.
シオン、ご機嫌はいかがだった？
How can you just say that so calmly? It's just me, or does Shion's name seem more green? No. Probably just me.
誰の死を見るのは嫌。私が憎いなら早く私を殺してよ。憎いのは私なんでしょ。早く殺して
落ち着けってシオン。もう終わったんだよ。大丈夫なんだ。だから落ち着け。
Shion, who was screaming and rattling the iron bars back and forth, was truly in a frantic state. I gave a slight shrug of resignation, giving way to Mion. I'd realized if Mion was one who locked her in here, and if Mion was one who had scared Shion this much, Mion was also the only one who could put an end to this. Mion spoke from over my shoulder, quietly.
安心しなよ。あんたは殺さない。まだまだ殺さないんだから。
She burst into a bizarre laugh, as if trying to make Shion's madness even worse. Well, now that they're deep inside the hill, I'm guessing that the microphone can't get through. Shion broke into a fierce shiver, brought on by that laugh, and rattled the iron bars as she roared.
ケイちゃんを殺さないで。ケイちゃんは何の関係もないでしょ。
Yes, she was thinking of the cruelest way she could to kill Shion, wasn't she? What crueler way than to kill Kei right in front of her.
殺すなら早く私を殺してよ。もう誰が死ぬの。そんなに死にたければこの男を殺した後にゆっくりとひき肉にしてやるよ。古式にのっとり獅子の先端から少しずつガリゴリと削ってミンチにしてやる。あの肉引き器はあんたのために取っておいてあるんだからね。それともそれでケイちゃんをミンチにしてみせた方があんたには面白いかな。
おい、いい加減にしろ。今さら怖がらせてどうするんだよ。
I tried to rebuke Mion for flinging terrible words at her this late in the game, but when I turned around, Mion's mouth, so much of it was hard to move, had twisted into a shape even thinner than a crescent moon. It was a smile. I could sense it like a jolt of electricity. The person here wasn't my best friend Mion. It wasn't for Mion Sonozaki who had been tossed about by her heavy duty of succeeding the Shion family either. Then, who was she? Ba-bam. I saw sparks flying before my eyes, like what happens when you get hit in the back of the head. Strength in my body drained instantly, and my head suddenly became heavy. My knees buckled under the temptation and hit the floor. Then my whole body abruptly collapsed. My face should have hit the floor, but it was comfortable, as if I had fallen onto a down-filled futon. My consciousness reeled, then receded. Oh, so I guess we will be dying this time as well. It was the kind of sensation, like if you took a nap in the car but you were still half awake, and you could listen to your parents talking as if they were far away. No, you wouldn't be listening, you would only be hearing it. It was like it was happening so far away, and the conversation was completely unrelated to you, so you would have no interest in it. So if Shion was yelling at my ears or Mion in vulgar hysterics, I didn't think it was annoying, nor did it interest me.
さて、どんな方法で料理してやろうかね。そうだ、釘台なんかどうかな。あのちびがき二人組に試したかったんだけど、手が小さくて高速台にサイズが合わなかったからね。あれにしよう、あれにしよう。
Mion held me up from behind and dragged me across the floor. The soles of my feet scraped on it, and one of my shoes fell off. Shion's emotions exploded outwards, and she burst into bitter weeping. As if her crying had whetted Mion's interest, she flung me down and returned to the prison cell again.
あんたも可愛い声で泣けるじゃない。あんたのわざとらしい空威張りには虫唾が走ってたんだけど、やっぱりそういうあんたが一番似合ってるよ。ミオン姉さん、お願いです。私をどういう風に殺しても構いませんから、どうかケイちゃんだけは見逃してあげてください。お願い。
Shion had always acted as though she were a cut above her older sister. At Shion, such a miserable voice that I couldn't have imagined it during those peaceful times. Wait. No. Prostrated herself before the older sister she used to scoff at and pleaded forgiveness. Mion looked down with an expression of cool indifference, one that was plainly smiling with joy.
あんたの希望なんか聞くつもりは全然なかったんだけど、あんたがあまりにも面白い声で泣くものだから、なんだか聞いててやってもいいような気がしてきたかな。思えばあんたには姉らしいこと何にもしてやれなかったからね。はい、はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。 さ、これまでのことを謝ってみせて。そうしたら私もこれまでのことをすっかり水に流してあげてもいいかな。そうしたらケイちゃんだけは見逃してあげなくもないよ。
Mion said she might let me go, but she never said anything about letting Shion go. I followed along. Shion got on her hands and knees behind the bars and began to speak weak words of apology. They were too faint for me to hear, but her intention got across. Despite having watched her with magnificently jubilant expression, Mion kicked the bars and declared she was unsatisfied.
そんなので私の積年の恨みつらみが償えると思ってるわけ？こんなんじゃダメだね。やっぱりケイちゃんからひき肉だ。いやー、待って姉様、もう一度だけ。
Mion stopped and waved her hand again in resignation. Not because she'd grown impatient, but only because she was taking delight in abusing Shion.
ろくろく満足に謝れないあんただからね。特別にお姉が心に届く謝罪の仕方ってのを教えてあげるよ。一度しか教えないし、一言一句でも間違えたらアウト。いいね。はい、ありがとうございます。
Shion's miserable voice cried out, having become utterly hoarse. The sensation tearing through my chest returned a little at a time. I realized. There was feelings of anger bubbling up. I was slowly regaining control of my body. However, I was only able to feel my skin and my blood flowing at the moment. I still couldn't voluntarily move my
ちゃ
fingers.
んと覚えられたかな。ではやってごらん。誠心誠意、鉄頭鉄尾、心を込めてね。ちゃんとできたならあんただけを殺してあげるから。はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
Something was strange. Something had become strange at some point. Till just a few moments ago, I had been sure this was Mion, but at some point she had become someone else. Mion I knew well would never do something so nasty that like enjoy trampling over someone's dignity like this.
さ、やってごらん。お姉ちゃんはちゃんと聞いててあげるから。園崎シオンは
When I ran over to Shion so earlier, had the real thing been swapped out with a fake right behind me? Anyway, this couldn't possibly be Mion.
園崎シオンはミオン姉様の足元にも及ばない身の程をわきまえずお姉様に働いた数々の無礼を思えばほらほらその調子。少しは許してあげようかなって気になってきたよ。
Blood circulated through my whole body. My numbed senses were returning. Just a little more. Oh, Shion is still holding Mion's. No, that thing pretending to be Mion's attention. Hurry up.
生意気だったこれまでを反省し石ですから。
Mion's burst of laughter echoed throughout the big cave, growing to a terrifying level. That was not the laugh of someone who was alive in this world. It was none other than the laugh of a demon from the bowels of the earth. She laughed from her stomach until she grew tired of it and stopped smiling suddenly as if snipping a wire.
いいよ、もう十分面白かったわ。あんたがそこまでプライドを捨てられるとは思わなかったから。うんうん、十分に愉快。
Mion began to drag me again after I finally got the feeling in my body back and pulled me towards the torture chamber.
姉様、殺すのは私だけ。
You're just making it more enjoyable for her, Shion, honestly.
人安心しなって。ちゃんとあんたは殺してあげるよ。ケイちゃんの悲鳴をたっぷりと聞かせた後にね。
After dragging me to the torture chamber, she skillfully strapped me into the training table. Before I knew it, I was sprawled out and bound. She forced open my hand, with which I couldn't even make a satisfying fist, tightly restrained each one of my fingers. Wow. She fastened only my hands, and my fingers at that, tightly with hinges and locked them in place. To which she will respond with, I won't kill him, I'll only torture him. The door to the big cave with jails had been left open, so I could hear Shion's cries of mortification the entire time.
聞こえるかい、シオン。これから始めるよ。ケイちゃんの若い悲鳴をたっぷりと楽しみだ。
いい加減にしろ。
The feeling in my body returned, and the first action I took was to tell off that thing that looked like Mion.
ようやくお目覚め。私、さっき嘘をついたね。シオンを一番むごたらしく殺してやろうと思って閉じ込めておいたけど、まだ思いつかないって言ったやつ。
Yeah, she did.
あれが嘘。
Mion brought over something like a toolbox. From inside it, she removed a large metal hammer. Next to that, she began to line up what looked like long, strangely shaped nails, whose ends had been turning into hooks like the kind you see on a harpoon. あの子に自分のせいで死ぬ大勢の人の悲鳴をたっぷりと聞かせて、体の芯まで染み通らせてから殺すの。なかなかセンスいいでしょ。
お前は誰だ？
は？ミオンでしょ。園崎ミオン。恐怖で頭が変になっちゃった。
違うな。お前が園崎ミオンであるはずがない。
Mion snorted and continued her preparations for the horrifying torture.
へえ。じゃあ、私がミオンじゃなかったら、私は誰なわけ？
鬼だ。
え？
お前はミオンじゃない。さっきまで一緒だったミオンを返せ。
ケイちゃん、 本当に頭は大丈夫？恐怖で頭がどうかなっちゃった？
触るな、この鬼め。返せ、ミオンを返せよ。俺の最高の友人だったミオンを返せ。